All right, well, let's go ahead and move into my gas or pass. So my gas or pass is going to be the King Tone Duelist. This is that pedal you see on all these Instagram posts and all these fancy boards that are nicely put together with all the cables tied up together. It's very popular. It's a tube screamer and a blues breaker.
Wow, original.
Really original. So you can flip the sides.
Right.
Of course, you can do true bypass, buffered bypass stuff. There's all kinds of like low cut features and high cut features, little dip switches and things in there. Is this something you're interested in? I know it is popular, and you're kind of on the fence about blues breakers. So is this something you're interested in?
I've looked into them. I'm not gonna say I totally am against it. Here's the problem I have is
I didn't mention it's $350.
Right. To me, it is a pass. I'll just preface that. But here's why. I mean, first of all, you've got G.A.S makes the double barrel. Blues breaker, tube screamer. I'm sure there's thousands of other companies that are doing the same thing. The Pantheon's technically two blues breakers, but you could narrow that kind of EQ structure and do the same thing with it.
It's the same thing, he says.
All right, anyways. But, I mean, think about it. There are so many companies doing a tube screamer and a blues breaker together.
Tube scraper. That's a different pedal, folks.
Yeah, it's got a little bitey sound to it.
That's right.
But I gotta be honest, I'm kind of over the blues breaker tube screamer thing. Like, are they two stackable pedals? Do they sound good? Yes. I'm not saying they don't. If I remember right, this is made in the UK, right?
Is this a John Mayer thing? I'm sorry to like totally blow that thing off there. I think it is. I believe you're correct. But is this totally a John Mayer thing? That's the blues breaker tube screamer combination? Is that where it comes from?
I don't know if that's where it comes from, but that's what people just once they started making these, like those are the only two combos apparently that can be in a 2-in-1 pedal.
It's in a lot of them.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Like, can we get? I like the idea of the protein. You know, you got a blues breaker and a Noble style, but like, can we get away from blues breaker tube screamer? Can we do something different?
Yeah.
Like, I like the idea of the gearbox, pinnacle, and like a K-type pedal.
Yeah.
The rewired. It's like a sparkle drive.
There's a lot of dual pedals out there. We could keep naming them.
Okay. Anyways, but like, I'm tired of the blues breaker tube screamer thing.
Okay, so you're just over it.
I think I'm just over these. I say that, but I do have a hankering for like a double barrel.
Yeah. King Tone looks so cool. And
that's what matters is the looks.
No, I don't mean necessarily the look. Now, I'll tell you what, I do like the graphics and everything on it.
I do too. Wait, they had this thing, and I don't even remember what the two pedals were inside of it, so don't hate me. But they made this blues power pedal. They don't make it anymore.
They just reissued it, I think.
Okay.
So they've just put out a new Octaland, which is another pedal from King Tone that I'm really interested in.
We should get some of their pedals sometime.
The new fuzz that they've got out there.
I really like their fuzz.
They've got the germanium and the silicon one.
The big knob that says fuzz. I mean, what can you go wrong?
Listen, folks, you hear how he's talking about it? This is definitely a gas for him. He just doesn't want to admit it.
No, not the Duelist. The fuzz pedal sounds great. I don't know. I'm just over this whole setup. I think you're right. I think it has to do with John Mayer. Then you got, like, everyone talks about the Cornerstone Gladio, too.
That's a different thing.
It is. I'm just saying. I think I'm getting burnt out.
I did not expect him to go off like this.
There's a tangent that I just can't let go right now. So
yeah. Well, I'm interested in it. It's a gas for me.
Pass.
And I'm not even really a tube screamer guy.
No, you're not.
But the sounds put together sounds so good.
To be fair, it's a modified tube screamer that's a wider sound. So it's not... It's more like a Green Rhino.
And it's so tweakable. There's so many like dip switches and like little EQ things you can change about it. It doesn't feel like, you know, we're saying tube screamer bass, but they've changed it dramatically.
Like I said, it's more like a Green Rhino. And I do like a Green Rhino.
Yeah, you do. I don't know. It's a gas for me. I'm going to buy one probably, and then you'll want one. That's what's going to happen. You'll have to come on here and...
Prove me wrong. That's all I got to say.